Hello everyone, so today we're just gonna jump straight into the actual drawing bit. So what you're seeing me do now is I'm starting to ink a spread in my in chapter 4 of my manga. So it's a little double page spread. I sketched it out a bit earlier and I'm just starting to do the inks now. I haven't yet really filmed much of me actually sketching things out. I think part of the reason is why, because when I'm sketching, everything's very loose and a lot of things can change. And I feel like with me filming it, I feel like I just put on like a bunch of pressure on myself to like make it look good, even though it doesn't need to be since it's, just the initial sketch. But anyways, doesn't matter. That's something I have to overcome. So you can watch me doing the inking. Now that I've actually started posting some of the chapters I had already done, it's really making me want to start working on this a lot more and try and get a lot more done in a shorter amount of time. Since, I just want to get the story moving along, and I do really want to get this story done, hopefully within the near future. I don't know. Well, probably won't be done this year, definitely not, but this isn't like an endless story, I do have like a beginning, middle and end to this. I don't want this to be endless. So I am excited to get through it and get really stuck into it, get into the meat of it, and just see how I keep improving with everything as well, just with my paneling and all those sorts of things as well. I have noticed though, I think this chapter has started to come along a bit quicker than some of the others I was working on. I think just because I know that I do want to get the next chapter out, not like a month later. Hopefully it won't be that long, since I think I have made a fair amount of progress on this chapter. I think I'm about halfway through now as I'm filming this like little voiceover, and that's, I don't know, maybe it's been about 2 weeks. So I don't know, maybe it will turn out to be like a month, who knows. But yeah, hopefully I can get it done a bit quicker. But a lot of the pages now in the most of the chapter is pretty much very action heavy, and so I think that does take me a bit longer to do, especially because I know there's some more intricate backgrounds I want to do a bit later on in the chapter. And also like this spread that I'm doing right now on screen, just all the hatching and getting the monster right, I really wanted to put a lot of detail in this page, so it did take me a bit longer to do. But I do really like the look of it. I was quite happy with this page, how it came out, especially later on when I added in the little sound effects. Since I tend to forget about sound effects, I don't know, I think honestly I should probably put them in more throughout my previous chapters as well. But I don't know, it's like a little afterthought I have sometimes. So yeah, that's definitely something I need to actively keep in mind to add in. But yeah, hopefully I can get this chapter done soon, since the actual planning of it, the thumbnailing part, that didn't take me long at all. I think just because I knew internally that I just need to get this done. I want to get it done as soon as possible. So yeah. And when I was sort of thinking what I could talk about when during this little voiceover, it kind of occurred to me that when I actually started to focus on this manga more was pretty much after I posted I think it was my 2025 art goals video, where it was called something like that. And I think in that video I mentioned the manga, but it was more a little afterthought. But pretty much after that video, I think maybe a week went by or so, and I remember in my head I was really mulling things over, and with the things I really want to work on, it all I kept it in my head. But then I came to the conclusion after I posted that video and everything, that I actually really just want to focus on this story, since I had it started but I didn't really get that stuck into it like I am now. And I just realized what I'd get most satisfaction out of, and just feel accomplished is if I actually make this story. And all the other things, they would be more for fun and just development and improvement. But at the end of the day, I think this is what I want to focus on, and so I want to focus more on this instead of doing little things that I enjoy but won't necessarily make me feel accomplished, you know? There are some things like the bigger pieces that I'm working on, those I still really love and I just really, you know, want to keep working on them, and I will do that. I will carry on with them definitely, because when I finish them, again, like I have this sort of feeling of satisfaction, a feeling like, yeah, this is like, you know, it's a part of me. But with some of like the other things I used to do, it was more like thinking, oh, maybe I can finish it and then I can like post it online, you know? But it wasn't really working towards something for me. So that's why there was kind of like a hard pivot all of a sudden from doing like bits and bobs to just focusing pretty much solely on getting the story done. And I don't regret that decision at all, because I'm really loving what I'm working on now, and honestly I still get to draw a bunch of different things when I'm working on this story. Like even just working on perspective, I don't usually do that on like in my own time, but doing this I kind of have to, otherwise all the backgrounds will look weird. So just all those sorts of things, it all kind of has to come together to make it look good. So yeah, I'm still working on everything, working on just this. And I'm just very excited about where it's going and how I'm going to develop and, you know, just get better with my compositions, my storytelling and all that. So yeah, I'm excited for this. One funny thing is that when I started posting it for the first chapter, once I obviously got all my separate pages exported in like lower quality and whatnot, when I posted it, I realized that because I was more focused on how it would look in printing, I didn't really think about how the pages would look on screen if you're just scrolling. So I think in the first chapter, like some of the pages, it's not really that clear. Like where's the cutoff? I don't know. So after that, like when I posted the second and third chapter, I had to like go back through all the chapters and just export the pages, but I also had to like sort of shrink everything down just so that it like fits better on the page, and when you read it online it's a lot easier to just see. And to be fair, I think it will help anyways when I actually do go to print it, since I think I realized there were a lot of things that could have been cut off that I didn't really necessarily realize at first. So that took quite a bit of time and it was quite of a headache, but at least now I know, and now with this chapter I won't need to do that, since I'm doing it the right way. I should have done it in the first place. I don't know what was wrong with me, but whatever. And with the printing, like I was kind of thinking maybe, I don't know how many chapters I need to get done, maybe about 5 or 6 or so, since at the moment my chapters are about 25-ish pages. Some are a bit more, some are a little less, but they're all around 25 pages. So I don't know, maybe with 5 chapters that might be enough if I have a little bit of other art in there as well. And I was thinking I might redo like the cover, since while I do like the sort of drawing style, I think I want to try something a bit more painterly. So I don't know, I might change it when I get to it. But you know, it's kind of early days to be thinking about that anyways. So for the moment, I'm still working on chapter 4 at the moment, and I hope I can start speeding up more as I keep going, just as I learn more and get more comfortable with it. So yeah, and I do hope you guys stick around for the journey with me and hope to see my story come to life and all that. So yeah, I think that's kind of about all I want to say this time around, and I think I might just leave you with a little time lapse to finish this little drawing off. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys do check out my manga. It's called Limbo, and you can find it on Globalcomix and Mangaplus creators. I'll put the links down below anyways. And that's all. Yeah, bye.